Oracle Financials. Applications. They have started the Oracle Financials applications. Only financials. There was no other modules were not there in it. Only financials they have taken care of it. So in late 90s, Oracle came out with release 11i, right? E-Business Suite. E-Business Suite. That's also called E-Business Suite 11i. I means internet enabled. 11i means release 11i. Previous version they called it as a with release 10, and 10.6 was the most popular among in that in those days. So now in late 90s, in addition to the financials, they brought into supply chain and also the manufacturing, HRMS, the other applications were also brought into that. In addition to financials, they added supply chain, HCM, HRMS, human resource management system, and like small production models also they brought in production and projects also, etc. They brought into the production. So these were till then they were using only the Oracle forms. Till then they were having only the Oracle forms and Oracle database. Up to this point, Oracle was purely using the Oracle forms only and Oracle database. Oracle forms and Oracle database. Both they were using on their own. Because as the world is moving towards internet era, so they wanted their application to be more internet friendly. And their forms, Oracle forms, were not so much comfortable for the internet applications. So that's why they have slowly moved into in the early 2000s. They came out with release 12 EBS. That is e-business suite. They introduced Java pages into the applications, more internet friendly, to be more internet friendly. They have done the internet friendly applications and it was going well only. They started with release 12.0.1. 12.0.1, and now the latest version is 12.2.15. This is the latest version. So most of the clients are using this one now. Most of the clients are using the release 12 only. Release 11i is not there. All implementations were upgraded. Upgraded to release 12. Because one from 11i, they want to get the new features of 12, they can upgrade it. They have upgraded it into that. So like this version has come into the latest version is now release 12.2.5. And Oracle also still continuing. Most clients in the around 60% of 60 to 70% of revenue is coming from the existing clients support. Around 60% of Oracle's revenue is from the existing customers. Customers support fee. Oracle charges a support fee also for the people to pay them for extending the support services. So that's why Oracle also is not just moving out Now they are supporting. They declared they would support all the existing clients up to the year 2035. That means next 10 years they will supply. Beyond that also they cannot stop. Beyond that also they cannot stop because they are giving more and more features. So that's why clients are also happy. Why to again move from this to one? But in the mid 2010s, Oracle has come out with a new release called Release 13, which is a cloud-based cloud-based application. Oracle Release 13 Fusion. So this is what the latest one is, Release 13. So this is the cloud-based company like that. Cloud-based company. When they were coming into this latest version, Fusion joined two or more things together. Oracle had already their own processes. Oracle, as an ERP company, they have developed their own business processes, their own business processes into the software as per the international standards. They had. Similarly, there were other companies also. There were some other companies doing well in their domain and almost became competitors to Oracle. For example, there's a company called JD Edwards, that was good in financials and manufacturing. Then you have got the PeopleSoft. It was good in HC, human human capital management systems. So then there was a Primavera small software, good in project accounting, project management rather. Then Hyperion, they were good in the planning and budgeting. So like this, they have got different people were there. They were in the market and they were becoming the competitors to Oracle also. They had some client base because of their best practices. People feel that their practices are better. So that's why what Oracle said, that Oracle had bought over all these companies, and other a few small companies also, which we don't need to remember. Oracle bought over all these companies and integrated their processes, their best practices or processes, their best processes with Oracle process. So that's why, because they have combined more than one or two together. So now they thought that they can name it as a fusion applications. They can bring it as a fusion applications. That's why we call it as Oracle Cloud Fusion Applications. And we are talking about the financials. Financials is one of the product families of the Oracle applications, or any, for that matter, any ERP application. Finance is just a part. Financials is a part of the Oracle ERP program. Oracle ERP means both Oracle Fusion, Oracle EBS, Oracle EBS, and also Fusion also. Both applications. Whatever the application is called ERP only. ERP, this was name. Oracle EBS was one of the names, and latest one is called as a Fusion applications. Is one of part of the ERPs. So what are the financials? Right? Like this, we have Oracle has so many product families. Oracle has several product families in addition to the financials product family. Now here, when we say it is a financials, is a product family, Oracle financials. So in this, we have got some models. Then we have got Oracle supply chain. Then you have got Oracle human resources or human capital. Now we have got the Oracle projects or Oracle manufacturing. Like that, though, so many products are there for them. Each product is called a product family. Within the product family, you have got offerings and also applications or modules, whatever we call it is there. In Oracle Financials, we have got Oracle General Ledger. This is the main core of the financials modules. Without General Ledger, financials cannot be there. Then we have got accounts payable application. We have got accounts receivable applications. Then we have got cash management, and we have got the fixed assets. Fixed assets management. These are the core financial modules. In addition to that, you may have small applications like I expenses, lease accounting, or joint venture accounting. All these are also comes under the financials, but mainly these are all the core applications are these five modules. Same with Oracle supply chain also you have the core modules like purchasing, inventory, and also you have got the sales order management. These are the core modules. In addition to that, you have got advanced pricing and also planning. So many applications will come in the supply chain like that. But mainly, these are the three core ones here. Here also you have got Oracle HR application, HR core application, and you will have got Oracle self-service. For HR, for employees, they can use the self-service, payroll, learning management, Oracle learning management, Oracle time and labor. Like that, there are several other applications also there. These are all the applications, modules or offerings in Fusion. In Fusion, we call them as offerings. Previously, we used to call them as modules or applications. So here we have got Oracle projects, fundamentals, Oracle projects, costing, applications, Oracle project, billing, applications, Oracle project management. Like that, several other modules are also there in that. These are all the product families. Our concern here, what we are going to teach here, what the Oracle financial consistency is, now these are the five modules. Five modules we are going to teach you here. And the clients and also the user, the employees, the ones who consultant, as a consultant, normally the customers or the clients also expect us to know something because there are two processes they follow here. Generally, procure to pay process, and they also have the uh, this order cash process. This procure-to-pay process, it encompasses three modules. This procure-to-pay process, it encompasses, though it is not connected to supply chain. First, we purchase from the procurement is purchasing. So we purchase materials from the vendors. Then they will submit the invoices. We make the payments. So his invoice will come to the payables application. There we pay. What all the we pay, the accounting entries will be created. So general ledger. So this procure to pay process involve these three modules. First is the purchasing model where you will raise a purchase order. Then you will receive the material into inventory. From there, he will give you the invoice, we enter that into the payables application. For the entries we create in the payables, apply that one. Entries will be created. We will transfer them to the general ledger and post into the general ledger. This is the end-to-end cycle of it. Same way, we have got the orders case also, order management. It is in the order management, we enter the orders and it goes to the inventory, accounts receivable, or we can add here also inventory also, we have to teach you something about it, how to create an item. So purchases, place a purchase order, we receive material into the inventory. Once we receive that, then he will give us, we pay, and general ledger also will be associated. Same way, order management, we enter the orders, we issue the material from the inventory application. Once we ship confirmation, that means once you issue the material, your shipment is confirmed, your order is executed. So once you complete the process, then it will come to the accounts receivable. Invoices will be raised on the customer. Accounts will be received. You will create accounting entries for the invoices and the receipts that you get from the customer account for it. Entries are created. We'll transfer them and post them into the general ledger. So this part will totally teach it, but still this accounts payable is connected with purchasing slightly inventory and also the general ledger modules. Anyway, this will be integrated. So we teach in the procure to pay process, some of portions of the purchasing also will teach. We will not teach it fully. We can teach it up to around 25% of the purchasing will be covered here. Around 25% of the purchasing. That means we have to know how to raise a requisition, how to receive the purchase order, how to get it. That part we will see that. Instead of putting here, let me put here. So purchasing here will teach around 25% of the purchasing module will be covered here. How to raise a purchase order. So these things fundamentals will be taught to you so that you will have the awareness of the purchasing module as well. So in the inventory also we have to create an item. We have to receive the material, how to create the inventory organizations and also how to create the items, then how to receive the material into different inventory organizations we know. So there also we can say that we will teach on 25% of that application. So then payables and general ledger, they are form part of this like that. So here order management also is part of that. Anyway, we also will teach about the what is an order, how to enter an order entry, how to confirm the order, what are the things that all we know. Inventory, anyway, we said how to receive material is here, how to issue the material is taken here, inventory. Now account receivable, that's one. Why we teach is this, the same purchase orders are integrated with the payables. When you make the payments, you match the purchase order to ensure that you're not paying without a reason. You are paying against a approved purchase order only. So there's integration between these two. Whereas in the other case, there is more integration here. Accounts receivable is automatically system has to create what are the orders you execute and also the inventory you issue, the shipments you clear to the customer. Automatically, that sales orders will pass on the information to the account receivable. Invoices are generated automatically. We do not manually enter. Whereas in the case of payables, we have to manually enter. Though there is a facility that we can create invoices on the vendors automatically, normally we don't do that. There is a feature also for that also, but general practice is there. We place a purchase order, we receive the material, inventory into the stock, then he will submit the invoice. Vendor submits the invoice. His invoice is entered here as a payables invoice. What are the invoice he gives to us? But whereas we have to send an invoice to the customer here. So that's why as soon as we enter the orders here, we confirm it, then system will run a background process. It will create all the invoices automatically on the customers. Because auto management has a customer information. Which customer, how much quantity, what is the rate, what are the payment terms, everything will be there when you enter the order. So based on the order, based on the customer's information, based on the quantity you have shipped, system will automatically raise an invoice on the customer and they will interface the data from order management tables to the account receivable tables. Once we receive the invoices, once invoices are created, we don't receive, but they are created in the system. So those invoices have to be accounted for. So we'll make the customers liable to us. Then customers will make the payment to us. Once they make the payment, their liability is clear. So those entries will have to ultimately come into the general ledger. So this process is what? Once you know this process, tomorrow, even if a few consultants are to switch over their job from financial to the supply chain, they do not feel it as new because they already know the basics of it. Only thing is some advanced features of it they have to learn when they start working on the supply chain. That's why students also, if they learn these two processes, it will be good. Rather than being totally a financial consultant, be part of the supply chain consultant also. Always you can upgrade your skills, learn more and more on those particular applications. Then you can convert. You can switch over to the next role also. So like this, we are going to teach this. And you know the ERP and its importance, everybody knows about it. ERP is an enterprise resource planning. We have got the resources. All these four resources are there. Enterprises, resources planning. This is an ERP page. So this ERP helps the enterprises to maximize their profits by planning their resources properly. Enterprise is a large organization. Is a large business organization. Large business means how big they are. That means where their network is there. In how many countries they are like MNC. They have got operations in every country. In almost all big countries, good economies are there, then they will spread their wings into those countries. So it's a large business organization. If it is a small organization managed by one individual, he does not need to go in for enterprise because their operations are limited. All the operations can be supervised by himself or by a team of few people. But if your business is located in multiple countries and multiple states, then you have to definitely have to have the ERP packages where you will get the information into this. So here, resources we mean, what are the resources they will have? What are they? Can you give some examples? What resources any organization will have? What resources they need to plan? Normally, there are four resources which any organization or any individual needs. The money, right? Men, material, and machinery. Machinery. These are the four things that any organization needs. How much capital they need to start their business and to run the business very effectively. If they have more capital, it will be dead capital and the operations are few. If they bring less capital, they will not be able to survive because they have to pay to the raw material, employees, everything. So they need to find out how much is their business, what is their business plan, how much capital they need to have, how much they have to procure it. So this one they have to plan it well. And also employees also. How many employees you want to have? So many companies nowadays giving layoff because they feel their profits are coming less and they are employed already more people. That's why some of the companies are will go for layoffs. When they feel that, how they are able to find out, they know that how many employees are there, how much it costs for them every month, and how much revenue they are generating. Is it economically or financially viable to keep all the employee force, or to get some more projects, work for some more projects and get make use of the employees? This is called all the planning. How much money you have, how many people you have, how much raw material you have, and how many machinery you have, what should be your production plan. So these every business success will come when you optimally use all these resources for maximizing the benefits, maximizing the profits of your organization. So that is the reason why we get into this. ERP is going for this. This will be used for the large organizations. As I told to you, these are large business organizations use this. So let me show you the sketch one I have prepared to others. I can show you that screen. You will understand it, how large a business can be, and how the system is organizing here. Yeah. An enterprise here in we mean a large business organization, we said. This large business organization can have operations in multiple countries. So ERP is structured this way because it has to cater to the needs of a large business organization. The software also should be structured in such a way that it captures all the business requirements of the customer. Now, this is an enterprise, I said. ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise is a large business organization. It may have operations in USA, it may have operations in India, and it may have operations in UK or any other country. Any number of countries they can have the operations. When they have the operations in these different countries, they have to record their transactions in one ledger and also in their own currency. If a company is operating in India, they have to record their transaction in Indian rupees. If any company is doing business in USA, all their transactions are to be recorded in US dollars only. Similarly, UK ledger will have to follow GBP, Great Britain pounds. So an enterprise will have to follow multiple ledgers in case they have the operations in different countries. A ledger is nothing but a combination of currency. That means a ledger transaction has to be associated with a currency, and a transaction has to be associated with a date. The date comes from the calendar, and the ledger should have the accounts. What are the accounts? We have got the rent account, salaries account, income account, sales account. All these things will be there, right? So these are all the accounts that we need to create in the as a list. Chart of accounts means how many number of accounts you are managing. Those you will have to prepare the list in the ledger. You will have to create the accounts. And the subledger accounting method also. Subledgers means there are accounts payable, account receivable like this. There are some ledgers. Actual transactions takes place in the subledgers, and there only we create accounting entries. So how you want to create the accounting entries, that is called the subledger accounting methods. Combination of these four elements is with this combination of these four elements, we create the ledger. Same may be chart of accounts may be the same, calendar may be the same, but currency is different. So we call it as a different ledger. So one ledger can be followed by multiple companies as long as they are following the same currency, they are following the same chart of accounts, everything, then they can follow the same ledger, multiple. For example, Tata Chemicals and Tata Motors are there. They both can follow the same India ledger, Tata India ledger they can follow and record their transaction because everything is same. Financial year is same. That starts from 1st April of one year to the 31st March of next year. And calendar, that's calendar. Currency is Indian rupees. Chart of accounts may be the same accounts they maintain. Subledger accounting method also, accounting methods also should be the same in India. So they follow them. So these two companies can record their transactions into one ledger alone. Then you will have the business units. One company can have their business unit operations in different places, not locations, not sales locations or procurement locations, but their A totality of activity is carried out. Suppose here Tata Chemicals has got fertilizer unit. They are manufacturing all the farmers' fertilizers. That is a plant. That plant has got everything. They purchase, they sell, they also pay, they receive money from the customers. Every activity they do it there. So, but it is a separate line of business. That's why fertilizer plant we can start it as a business unit. This also salt unit also is a business unit. Salt is another line of business for the Tatas, cooking salts and also industrial salts. So those salts are also put into a separate plant. That's also called a business unit. They structure it such a way: enterprise, ledgers, legal entities, and business units. Under that, they will have the inventory organizations, sub inventories like that. This is structure. So when the software is structured like this, whenever you record a transaction, automatically system will have to have the clarity. System will have to know this transaction belong to which, because they use only single server. Global server is one single server where they will record the transactions related to all the ledgers, all the companies, all the business units, all the inventory organizations. So every data will sit into the same server. Once it sits in the server, again they will have to retrieve the data from the system. So that's why Oracle also has given us some mechanisms, created some flex fields for creating the accounts. Like segment wise, we can say for which company, for which business unit, for which location, for which department. In these multi dimensions, we record our transactions. So when you put multi dimensions to a transaction, in whatever the dimension you want to get it back from the servers, you will be able to get it back. So that's why we create a chart of account structure in the general ledger. So with this structure, we input the data and we can retrieve the data in the form of reports for any company or any location or any ledger. We want to have a separate one so we can get back the data. So this is how this is. The class duration for this, you may be, some people may be willing to ask. This class duration is around 90 hours minimum we need to have. Lectures will be, class duration is 90 hours. And you need to have practice also. If you do practice, 90 hours is a must. Minimum 90 hours you need to practice. If you practice it for 180 hours, good. If you practice for 360 hours, it is great. As much practice you do, that much perfection or proficiency you will get into the application. We are not trying to enter as a database or the only data entry operators. We are becoming as a business advisors, business consultants, business analysts. So when you have to be a business analyst as a consultant, you are going, you need to know what the ERP is doing, what Oracle ERP is doing, what are the functionalities available in this application to accommodate the client's requirements. Client is buying the software because he has to get benefit out of it by making use of the best processes Oracle is following, that he wants to get benefited out of it. So we need to accommodate him all the processes available, all the practices available in the functionalities available in the Oracle ERP. For that purpose, as and more you practice it, become perfect, then it will have the good one. So this is what the requirement of you to have the classes. Mr. Kailash was already there into ERP, so much is not required for him. But for the another person, another Rajiv, if you have any doubts or any information you want more, we'll have discussion, Mr. Rajiv.
As of now, I don't have any questions or doubts.
Okay. So, Mr. Kailash ji, hello, Mr. Kailash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any doubts or do you have any other thing you want
No,
to know
no,
something
absolutely
beyond
fine.
this?
Yeah, this I know because this is a basic. So it is
Hmm?
compared to common in ERP R12 and Fusion both.
Correct, correct,
This is your talking about the multi-org structure and the concept of chart of account, calendar, and currency.
correct,
What
correct.
actually the
Ledgers.
implementation method in terms of business dimension?
Implementation methods means that's what, no? What all the how many organizations we have, how many locations you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to create.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
at the very
That's what it.
beginning, when we go for a project or something where the organization say, okay, this is our structure. So based on that, we have to be map this thing because we have
Mapping
these
all these
options.
things.
Yeah.
Correct, correct. And also to map the options, you need to know the options. Suppose there was a student from US, and he was wondering when I said that they have a state in US. You have got 50 states, right? In
Correct.
their chart of accounts, they have created one location of their
Hmm.
sales, and also they have given one for the state.
Hmm.
Is it necessary while designing the chart of accounts necessary? And in their segment, the chart of accounts, it was designed such a way they have given one segment for the location, and one segment for the state.
Correct. So to
Is
be
it like
honest, it is to be honest, my opinion with in terms of this segments and all, it will impact to our reporting as well. As much as
correct?
we can give the segment, our reporting structure will increase. For
Yeah,
example,
correct.
I was in Idea Cellular. So Idea Cellular is basically build the towers and all. So they want to be map these locations with the state. They had the same thing structure, but and company account is must. After that, we can say department, project. These are optional. So it completely depend on what client is looking for, what they wanted to capture the information in their accounting.
If we say Idea Cellular, it is a mobile networking company, right?
Correct, correct. Yeah,
Mobile networking company will have different lines of business. They will
absolutely.
sell the SIM card, they will sell the SIM cards, they will sell the recharge cards, and also they will supply the modems. They will have the internet services, and they will have the lease lines like that. Different areas of very large operations.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have implemented for one called Glow Mobile Company in Nigeria and also in Ghana. It was a
Hmm.
network company, and I have implemented for Etisalat. You know Etisalat,
Okay.
Dubai. So that
Yeah.
same company, they have started operations in Nigeria. We have implemented for them.
Hmm.
So within the operations, though it is one company, we have to have divide them into lines of business. How much is the
Correct.
business cost centers? How much through internet I'm getting benefit? How much my SIM cards? How much my the network? How much modems business? And they are also selling phones also. iPhones,
Hmm.
other things also they sell it. That's also another division. So these ones
Hmm.
also can be given. That's why we go for the setup accounts. With regard to
Correct.
state and location, as you said, a state location, suppose you have got the tower in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad tower, you may have 10 towers.
Hmm.
10 towers are located tower 1, tower 2, tower 3, Hyderabad. HYD1, HYD2, HYD3, like that you will give the name for the tower.
Correct.
And all these things you will say that either city you want to have, and the city can have the state also. That parent and child is there. So parent is Telangana, child value is in Warangal, Nizamabad, Karimnagar. So you are able to get the state also here. Location is
Right.
Warangal, location is Nizamabad, location is Karimabad. By using one segment itself, you will be able to establish the parent-child and relationship like that.
Correct. Correct. Just like
So the,
if we are having some like flight booking system. Hmm. So state-wise, we have airports. For example, in Maharashtra, we have Mumbai and Pune airport.
yeah,
So unless we have not select the Maharashtra state, Pune and Mumbai will not come. Similarly,
yeah,
like
that is dependent and independent values.
dependent and
Yeah,
independent. Yeah.
dependent means Maharashtra, if you select, then all the airports in the
All their
Maharashtra
state
will
is
come.
appear. All their state
Yeah,
should be appear.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So like that, it's happening this way.
Yeah.
So like this structure can be done. So with this structure, we can accommodate the customer's requests, all those things. Yeah. Apart from this, any other issue, any other clarification you want, Mr.? Kailash?
No. I work for one of the chemical company as well. Didn't get too much of time on that client side, but they were using 24 segments. So it was mess for them.
It was not necessary for them also. I also worked for the chemical companies, lubricant manufacturing, oil companies.
Yeah.
So more and more segments if we give, it will be too much of the thing
Too much
like that.
reporting impact. Yeah.
Yeah, too much unnecessary. We need to
The
try to
reporting
minimize
will
them.
not come on the one HTML page. It will take more,
Yeah, take,
size and
yeah,
all.
correct,
So
correct,
that's not
correct,
a good
correct.
example.
Mm, mm.
So as a
That's
consultant,
what
when
it
you
is.
are planning, or if you are in a consulting field, you always be go for a generic and a solution which always will help you in the future as well. Not for
Yeah,
you, but the other will come
or
and they
anybody, yes,
decide.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes,
Generic, and also we can also say that specific in this situation, same solution. If he is the client, how we can do, how we can do that. Like a dietitian.
correct.
Dietitian will have got taking into account the needs of the patient. You will have to customize the diet, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So same process and menu is same, items are same. So which one has to be more, which one has to be less, that you will have to decide depending upon the health condition of the patient. Dietitian does
correct,
like that.
correct.
Do like that. Okay, Kalashi. We'll see
Yep.
tomorrow. Monday class may be there. I think if I'm not traveling,
Okay.
I will let you know. I may travel for the Sankranti festival to the
Okay.
village. So if you go
Okay.
there, I'm not be able to connect. I will let you know by tomorrow evening.
No problem. Absolutely
Okay.
fine.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you,
And also,
everyone.
Mr. Rajivji, you have anything, concerns or clarifications you want to know from me?
No, sir. Thank you. I'm good.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, me too.
Bye. We'll call it today.
Okay.